A second program sponsored by the IRS for free tax preparation is the Tax Counseling for the Elderly program, and it's targeted to taxpayers over the age of 60. It's a national program with sites all around the country, and to find the nearest site, you can call the IRS main helpline, which is 1-800-829-1040. The AARP hosts about 7,000 of the sites nationally, and to reach an AARP tax site, you can call 1-888-227-7669. So in Tompkins County, again, it's easier to find us than maybe calling a national number. The Tax Counseling for the Elderly program is offered at Lifelong, and we also have IRS certified volunteers ready to assist people with limited incomes who are either 60 years or older or who have a disability. TCE, or Tax Counseling for the Elderly counselors, offer clinics at Lifelong, which is at 119 West Court Street, and also at the Ulysses Philomathic Library in Trumansburg, and at Challenge Industries. And counselors are available to make home visits for homebound and frail elderly clients as well. So to schedule an appointment with us at Lifelong, you need to call 273-1511. Helping low-income people and seniors claim their tax credits is a valuable community effort because, first of all, it helps expand the incomes of families who can really use the help. As a community, it also supports our local economy when everyone claims the credits they're eligible for. Think about this. In 2003, 8.5 million New York State households filed tax returns. 17% of them, or 1.5 million households, claimed EITC, and that brought $2.6 billion into the state in 2003. So that's clearly a significant impact not only for the individuals and families, but for our state as a whole. So what can you do as a community member even if you're not eligible? Find out if you're eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit either on your own or by visiting a free tax program. And if you're eligible, claim it. Don't let that money go to waste. As a community member, remind others that they should file a tax return even if their income is below the minimum threshold. And refer people to the VITA program at Alternatives and the Tax Counseling for the Elderly program at Lifelong. If you or someone you know might be interested in volunteering with either program, call us early to get certified before tax season begins.
Okay, so I'm going to give you one big takeaway, and that is, if you're not sure whether you're qualified for any of this stuff, come see us. And the easiest way to come see us is to call 211. They'll tell you what hours we have, where we're operating, and for my site, they'll even be able to schedule an appointment for you. If 211 doesn't work in your area or your cell phone, there's an 800 number. It's 877-211-8667, which is 211. Do your taxes. You can learn more about these credits online at www.irs.gov. It's actually a fairly nice website that has tons and tons and tons of information. And the general IRS helpline, where you can actually talk to a real person, is 1-800-829-1040. In New York State, the New York State Department of Taxation has a website at www.tax.state.ny.us, or an 800 number at 1-800-225-5829. I have to say that the state is slightly less accommodating in terms of being able to answer questions than the IRS is.
All right, well, Brian and Lily, thank you so very much. That's wonderful, helpful information, and I really like your stories about the impact and the difference it makes in people's lives. So I'm hopeful that lots of people here will be able to take that message out and spread the word so that we can really increase the number of people taking advantage of the free tax preparation in our county this tax season, and also the Earned Income Tax Credit and the child tax credits. It can make a big difference, as we've heard, in people's lives. So wonderful, thank you. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. We have Dennis McCabe, New York State Assistant Attorney General, with us from the Binghamton Regional Office of the Attorney General, and he's going to talk to us about scams. we're all out there at times and can all become victims, but we're going to focus a little bit today more specifically on scams that are targeting senior citizens and persons with disabilities. Dennis?
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today, and on behalf of the Attorney General, I thank Cornell Cooperative Extension and the United Way of Tompkins County for hosting this event. This is actually a follow-up to a program we did earlier, and we thought it would be a good idea if we could get it out into the community at a broader level by putting it on the cable station. So I appreciate this opportunity. And most importantly, as I understand it, the timing of when this will be broadcast is right around when people are starting to think about their taxes. And you know, what Brian and Lilly shared with you are some really concrete ways to help people come out of poverty in our community. It's money that is there for the asking. I mean, if you qualify it, it's such a shame to let it go by. Because statistically anyways, this money from people who are at that income level goes almost immediately back into the community for groceries, for everyday items. And in some instances, because of the example that Brian gave, some people can actually put some of this money aside to help bring them out of poverty, not just meet the everyday expenses, but there's hope for the future. So I really commend Brian and Lilly for the work they're doing and for the message they're getting across to the Tompkins community in this regard. So while Brian and Lilly are talking about ways to bring some money into the community, our office efforts here is to try to help you keep the money that you have. That there are people out there, unfortunately, who are looking at, really in many ways, the most vulnerable in our society as their targets for the scams that they perpetrate. And, you know, be it a senior citizen living at home, being it a person with some disabilities that forces them to be at home more so than outside the home. We know that scam artists target those who really, if they could zero in on any one group, it would be people that aren't able to get out into the community as much as other people. People that are sometimes looking forward to that phone call because they don't have a lot of connection out into society at large. When I go to a senior center to talk to seniors about this, I can talk to people there and I said, but you know, there are people who you know live in your community who weren't able to come out to this senior center. So when we're talking about scams that might be targeting seniors, or we're talking about scams that may be targeting those with disabilities, zeroing in even more so than just that broad category is the senior or those with disabilities that are stuck in their home, that are disconnected from the mainstream of society.